We're going live. We're going live. We are going live. Give me a minute here. Give me a minute here. All right. What's the title? What's the title? We've been talking about this on Streets and Scholars. FG and Alex been talking about this. I don't know for how many weeks now. We're on episode 23 this week. And we've been talking about this topic on and off for the last couple of months. Initially, I said, there's no way this governor is going to release Rene Boxer Enriquez from prison because of his political ambitions and future goals. But then when Newsom passed the torch to a larger panel of CDC parole board advisors, once he passed the baton and didn't deny Rene Boxer Enriquez, then I said to myself, there is absolutely a chance that this man gets out. And the topic today is former Mexican Mafia member Rene Boxer Enriquez was just granted his release from prison by Governor Gavin Newsom here in the state of California after being incarcerated for about 32 years. So this is a man who was convicted of two different murders and, of course, had done a whole bunch of other stuff while in prison as a Mexican Mafia member. But then in 2002, Rene Boxer Enriquez decided that he wanted to drop out. It was getting too hot in the kitchen, and he bowed out in 2002, debriefed, and then began to cooperate with law enforcement. And it's been exactly 20 years. So 20 years of cooperation has now got him released from prison, and he should be a free man. And you know what? I think I got a good chance of getting the first boxer interview. I'm going to go out and say that right now. I believe I got a good chance of getting that boxer interview. But that's the topic on the table. Rene Boxer Enriquez was granted his release. Now, he was already granted parole by the CDC. But every time you're granted for parole here in the state of California, the governor has to sign off on it. It's just usually it's a formality. You're granted parole. It goes to the governor's desk. He signs it. It's pretty simple. But with Rene Boxer Enriquez, the governors didn't sign it. Even the previous governor, Gavin Newsom, didn't sign it. So he signed it, and that means that at some point in the very near future, I wouldn't even be surprised if he was free right now. But Rene Boxer Enriquez is going to be free, despite the family of Cynthia Galvadon. Cynthia Galvadon was one of his murder victims back in either 1989 was one of his murder victims. And the family has been petitioning the governor not to release him. But the only way the governor can prevent him from being released is if they can prove that he's still a danger to society. And they cannot prove that Rene Boxer Enriquez at age 60 years old is currently a danger to society. So there you go. Governor Rene Enriquez, boxer from Artesia, will be a free man, if not already a free man. So what you guys think? What do you guys think about that? So that's the topic on the table for today. I'm sure I'm sure you guys could ask questions on other topics, but that's the main topic on the table. Rene Boxer Enriquez was his release was signed off by the governor, and he will be a free man, if not a free man already. Will he be in witness protection? That comes from Nestia. I doubt he'll be in witness protection. Probably doesn't need witness protection. I'm sure that he's going to be very strategic in how he moves, where he goes, where he hangs out. So witness protection is probably not necessary. And usually witness protection is offered by the feds. I'm not sure if the state of California offers witness protection. Maybe someone in the chat could find out for me. But this was not a Fed case. This was a state case. And I'm not even aware if the state of California offers witness protection. They probably do. Let's see, what else do we have here? If you get that interview, it's going to be huge. Yeah, it'll be huge for the first few days that it's running, for the first couple of weeks it's running, and then it'll fall down into the files, the deep basement mezzanine files of YouTube. But yeah, it'll be big in the beginning for sure. They talking about you. Who's talking about me? Zone 6, ATL 15. They talking about you right now, Street TV. I wish I knew. Who's talking about me? Tell me who's talking about me. Anybody want to tell me who's talking about me? Yes. He just turned 60 probably within the last 2 months, because I've been looking him up on the CDC and it always said 59, and then I looked him up the other day and it said 60. The CDC doesn't tell you their birthday, but he definitely just turned 60 years old. So that means that he's been in there since 1990, and it is 2022. He's 60 now. He's been in there a long time, since his very late 20s. Someone said, glad he's finally getting out. I used to ask my students this question. How do you morally feel about someone being released from prison that was convicted of 2 separate murders, and the only reason why he's getting this opportunity to be released is because he's cooperated with the government, and there are others that are in prison for committing 2 murders that will never get an opportunity to get out of prison. So it is somewhat of a dilemma how some inmates can negotiate their release. The reality is some inmates can actually negotiate their release depending on how much information they have and how valuable that information is as well. And Rene definitely negotiated his release, and it finally came to fruition on July 19th, 2022. This is something that he started back in 2002. So it took him 20 years to get to this point. Tap in Street to defend your name. Well, what do you guys think? Rene Boxer Enriquez, convicted 2-time murderer, is a free man. Maybe a movie will come out about him. Oh, I definitely believe there's going to be a movie in the works. Now that he's not incarcerated, he could make all the money he wants. He's an open target right when he gets out. Well, he's not the only Mexican mafia dropout that's walking these streets of Southern California. And so far, nothing has happened to any of them. So I'm sure he ain't going to be pulling up in the hood. and jumping out on fools at the age of 60. I doubt that's what he has planned. He'll be fine. Hey, he'll be fine just like Mundo. Yeah, Mundo been walking around these streets for I don't know how many years. And that's Mundo Mendoza, for those who don't know, from VNE. And he's doing fine. He's a little bit older than Rene, but I'm sure that Rene is going to take some advice from Mundo and learn how to move, learn how to navigate. What else we got? I hope you get that interview. Yeah, I hope I get it too. Kenny G. How much are you going to pay for an interview? Are you talking about with Boxer? I wouldn't pay Boxer anything. Everyone knows that. Everyone knows I don't pay for interviews, and I think that I don't need to pay. I've never paid and need to pay, so we'll see. Miguel Lopez says, "Get that interview with Boxer." We're gonna try. We're gonna try. Rene Boxer Enriquez is a registered sex offender, sodomy in concert with force. I was familiar with a case that he had as a juvenile, so I guess he is in the Megan's Law database. Let me see. Let me look it up right now. Let me look up the Megan's Law database. And see if he's in it. Search offenders. If you go to meganslaw.ca.gov, you can pretty much type in your zip code, or you can type in a person's name, and you can get information on sex offenders. So let me type in. I should share my screen, huh? Let me share my screen with y'all. Give me a second here. Let me share my screen. Give me a second here. We're going to look up to see if Boxer is really on the Megan's Law database. All right, I just pulled up Megan's Law database already. So wait up, let me sorry about that. I'm just getting acquainted with this whole program. All right, so we're gonna look up to see if Rene Boxer Enriquez is actually on Megan's Law. All right. So this is the data. This is the database. This is for the state of California, though. It's not for the whole United States. This is for Southern California. We're going to check to see if he's in here. That case that you just mentioned is a case when he was a juvenile. So I'm not sure if they put juveniles in here, but let's check real quick. I just put Enriquez. Let me put Rene and see what comes up. See what comes up on the search. There you are. You are absolutely correct. They got a young Boxer Enriquez in here. In fact, this is a photo that I've never seen. I wonder why they got a picture of him here from like 30 years ago. Isn't that interesting? Sodomy in concert with force. I don't know who said that, but you were 100% right. Who said that? Old school. You are 100% correct. Old school. Man, that's a tough one. He's got that case, and then plus he's cooperated with the government. Man, I don't think he's going to be pulling up in any hoods, so I don't think he poses any danger. And I'm sure that Gavin Newsom couldn't find an excuse to keep him in custody. All right, what else we got here? Yeah, old school, you were completely correct. We pulled that up on the Megan's Law website. Talk about the 7-Eleven killers. I really don't have much to say about them because I haven't looked into that story in depth. I believe that they are in custody in Orange County, but they're from LA. They're like not too far from. They're from the heart of the city too. They're from LA, but they caught their case in Orange County. KA, I just Google searched. It says he's been cooperating for 20 years. That's a long time. How much info does he have to be cooperating for so long? Yeah, he's been cooperating since 2002. So it's been exactly 20 years this year. You think this can make a movie? Yeah, it certainly could be a movie. Certainly can be a movie. Terrell Brown says that dude is still crazy. It's possible. But at the age of 60, what's he going to do in terms of street life? I don't think he poses any sort of threat anymore. SGV production, Gascon has nothing to do with this decision. Gascon works for the County of Los Angeles. This decision was made on a statewide level, on a state level in Sacramento with the governor and the board of the CDC. So this has nothing to do with George Gascon, but you can believe that if you want. What else we got here? So I'm taking some questions on this case. We've been talking about this, FG and I, on Streets and Scholars for the past, I don't know, 2 or 3 months. We were wondering how long was it going to take for the governor to make his decision, because the CDC had already granted his release in January. The governor has 120 days to sign off on it, and 120 days had passed and he hadn't made a decision. Then he passed the baton back to the CDC and said, review it again and let me know. And today it came down that he is going to Gain his freedom. Is Mundo and Rene related family? I don't know. I don't know, but I doubt it. I think that would have came up. I believe that would have came up if they were related family. How confident are you about getting that interview? I'm going to say that I'm about 80% confident I can make that happen. And in the next few days, that number could go up. I'll let you know. But I'm on the side of definitely making it happen. Have you done an interview with Mundo? I have not done an interview with Mundo. I've been trying to do an interview with Mundo. The problem with Mundo is he doesn't want to show his face, which is cool. I can deal with that. He doesn't want to show his face. And I don't know. Sometimes it's just hard to coordinate. I got his number right here. I should probably just reach out to him more, which is something I don't do. Excuse me. All right, what else we got up in here? Boxer's story has already been told. Rene took a man's cheek in prison. Y'all crazy. Y'all crazy. Alex, I like the way you checked Slim about that BS paperwork party with Mikko. Well, I wouldn't say I was checking them. I don't check people. I had some issues. I had some concerns about how that was being presented, and all that was being used was a motion filed by his own attorney to determine whether or not, I don't know, he's good in the hood. Will he get deported? I'm not sure. I do not believe that Rene can be deported because I believe he was born in California. So no, he cannot be deported. He's a U.S. citizen by birth. I'm not sure what you're asking here, Lost Arts District. Would I consider an interview? If so, why or why not? I'm not sure what that means. If so, why or why not? You might have to ask me again. Yeah, Rico says that Boxer was born in the U.S., so that means that no, he cannot be deported. Boxer isn't a paisa. Boxer is not a paisa. No, he's no paisa. He's not a paisa. How did he become a powerful Mexican mafia member? I mean, he became one based on the way that everybody else becomes one. He starts making his bones in prison, hitting other inmates, going on missions, and being consistent. And he had been to prison previously from the time that he became a member. And then when he went to prison in 85 or 84, but in 1985, he earned his position within La M. But that started in a career in prison, I believe in 79 or 80. Go read The Black Hand by Chris Blatchford. He outlines it pretty good. And you can get a copy of that book off of StreetGangs.com. I believe I still have some of those copies. I'm going to try to get some of those copies signed now. All right. If I skipped a comment or a question, forgive me. Just ask it again. Mayor Sosua is in the house. Mayor Sosua. This guy's been on Mikko Worldwide's head since 2020. So, and he ain't letting up. This guy, Terrell Brown, says Rene is still a dangerous cat. I'm going to have to disagree with you. The guy's 60 years old. He can't go to any hood. He can't go to Artesia. He can't go to Hawaiian Gardens, which he used to run. So how is he dangerous? You know, who's going to support and back him at this point? And you know how them Southsiders, they are not going to embrace Rene in any barrio in this entire county. It's just not going to happen. And he can't be dangerous by himself. He needs backing to be dangerous. He needs a circle of people to be dangerous. And there's no way, there's no place for him to go and be dangerous. Back in the days, the Mafia didn't trip off sex charges. I thought they always tripped off sex charges. I thought they always tripped off of them. You might be wrong on that one. $1981. No, he was in response to BB's comment, he didn't become a made member until 1985. He became a made member in 1985. So his case is before 1985. 60 is not old for a shot caller. I would agree. 60 is not old for a shot caller, but a shot caller can be shot calling when you have the smut on the name that Rene Boxer Enriquez has. One, he's told on a whole bunch of people. He's testified in a whole bunch of cases. And also his sexual allegations were not widely known because they happened when he was a minor. Now, I don't know how they became public record, but they are widely known, and that's not going to help him. So I don't think he's going to be shot calling any gang stuff in LA, anywhere in Cali. I mean, think realistically. Do you think this 60-year-old man who's informed on, I know that he's testified in at least 7 cases. Those are the ones I personally know of. There's probably more. You really think he's going to come to some hood and they're going to be like, you good over here, Rene? Nah. Okay, what else we got here? American Cholo asked, does he really have a rape conviction? And if so, was it in California? All right, American Cholo, I'm about to share my screen right now. Watch this. If you go to Megan's Law database and you type in Rene Enriquez, this comes up. Sodomy in concert with force, 1981. That was the year of conviction. He was born in 62. So in 1981, he was 18. He could have been 18. He could have been 19, depending on the month. So there it is on the Megan's Law It's right there on the Megan's Law website. Someone says he became a made member in 1984. I believe it was 1985. And trust me, I know my MA history pretty good. So are they going to swipe his rape charge? No, they're not going to swipe those charges. How are they going to protect him while his info got to be on Megan's Law? Well, check this out. The info on Megan's Law is actually an old picture. Look at this picture. This picture was taken probably when he was in his 20s. He's 60 years old now. How old do you think he was in this picture right here? How old do you think he was in this picture? So you wouldn't even be able to recognize him based off of that picture that's on the Megan's Law website. That's interesting. All right. Renee's going to go on No Jumper. Oh, shit. Wouldn't that be a trip? I don't think he's going to go on No Jumper because there's no security. It's not safe. No Jumper's going to have to go to Renee. I don't think Renee's going to No Jumper. All right. I'm sorry I'm going through this kind of slow, but I'll speed it up. I'm trying not to miss anyone's questions or comments. I heard, okay. Let's get to some serious ones here. I don't think Mundo or Boxer will talk to you, Alex, because even though they are snitches, they still kind of abide by those Mexican Mafia rules. Well, West LA's finest. Let's do a financial wager here. Let's do a financial wager with, let's say, with Boxer. With Mundo, I don't really be pressing these guys. People told me that I was never going to get an interview with Killroy. Killroy ain't going to talk to you. Not only did I make it happen, right before he died of COVID, he agreed to do a second interview with me. And this is when Killroy reached out to me and said, Vlad wants to do an interview with me. I said, hey. And he asked me, what's up with him? I said, hey, he's a guy out here creating content, wanting to do interviews. I thought I was going to see Killroy on Vlad, but I guess he decided not to go on there. But Killroy agreed to do a second interview with me, but his concern was COVID. He says, I'm scared of COVID. I'm worried about COVID. We got to make sure this thing is okay. And I remember this was December. This was December of 2020. And then I said, let's give it a couple months. We'll call you back in February. And the guy died in January. So disappointed, man. So disappointed. Because Killroy's a hell of an interview. There's so many stories. But yeah, West LA, let's make a bet. We got almost 500 people in the room. I appreciate everybody tapping in. The topic of the day, for those who just checked in the room, you can see the title, but ex-Mexican Mafia member Rene Boxer Enriquez was granted his release from the governor of California, Gavin Newsom, and he should be coming home. He should be a free man. He might already be free. We don't know, but after 5 denials by the governor, he finally got it. What else we got in here? So I'm taking questions on Rene Boxer Enriquez, and you could throw in questions on any of the other topics that we've been talking about for the last week or so. I'm open to all of that. Who do I think poses more of a threat to society, Boxer or Trump? I would probably say Trump. Trump affects masses of people. So yeah, I'm gonna have to say Trump on that one. Hey. Mayor Susua said he's dropping a bomb tomorrow. What? Hey, text me the bomb you dropping tomorrow. I'm curious to know. I won't tell anybody. Text it to me. I'm just curious. I'll keep that guarded. He's dropping a bomb. Mayor Susua said he's dropping a bomb. And for those who don't know, Mayor Susua is the guy that's been on Mikko Worldwide's head for the last 2 years plus. And he said he's got a bomb to drop regarding, he didn't say regarding what. He just says he's dropping a bomb, but it most likely has to do with Mikko Worldwide. Talk to Mundo Mendoza. I talk to Mundo Mendoza from time to time, but he doesn't want to. He's always he covers his face. He doesn't show his face when he does his videos. So will he be under protection from the feds? I doubt he'll be under protection from the feds because he was in state custody. He was not in federal custody. But who knows? I don't know any of the specifics of his release, what type of protection the government is granting him. Not even sure if he would take the protection. A lot of these guys say, no thanks. Thanks, but no thanks. I don't need the protection. And they just are just careful about where they go and who they hang out with. Do you think Boxer Enriquez will start a YouTube channel? That's a great question. I am going to say, damn. I don't know. I don't know. Part of me wants to say he might want to play in this YouTube space, but then a part of me says he ain't messing with it like that. So I don't know. That Black Hand book was really good. Yes, that was written by Chris Blatchford. I got an interview with Chris Blatchford about the book that's on the channel that I did about 10 years ago. And you could also get a copy of the book off the website, StreetGangs.com. So tap in. Where can we pick up that book, The Black Hand, at? Just here, I'm gonna put a link. Let me put a link here. Let me put a link. Let me put a link. Give me a second here. There's also another great book called The Encyclopedia of, let me see. I think I have this. I have this other really good book on the Mexican Mafia. If you go to that link that I just put, it'll show you all the books. So here's the book right here. That's the book right there on my website, streetgangs.com. So you can tap in and get that book right there. All right, let me get back in this to some questions. Do I beef with Mikko? No, I don't have any beef with Mikko. I don't have beefs with anybody. There's not anyone that I have a beef with on the internet. On the internet, no. I got some issues with the way he presents his content. I got some issues with some of the ways that he shot video. And of course, I have some issues about his 2018 case. And you know, what can you say? I got some issues with that. And I think if you're gonna do things like that, you have to expect that there's gonna be some backlash when you come to the hoods and try to cover people from different gangs. There's gonna be a backlash. It's only natural. Now, if he had a cooking channel, if he had a different type of channel, no one would be saying anything about Mikko. But it's because he's coming to the hood, and then he's covering the hood in a way that is irresponsible. And I've never heard a person use the word clout so much. He says, I'm giving people clout and come get this clout. So it's just weird, his style, his approach, and he's not even from the hood. Not that you have to be from the hood to cover the hood, but no one knows him from the hood. You know, no one has any attachment to him. None of these neighborhoods, none of these gangs, none of these communities have any attachment to this guy. He is a pure outsider, you know. Whereas there's a whole lot of content creators that I rarely ever speak on them in a negative way because they're not pure outsiders. You know, they have relationships with people. They grew up with people. So no, I do not have a beef with Mikko. In fact, I thought Mikko and I were going to talk. He reached out to me. He said he wanted to talk, but then he never answered the phone call. So no, I don't have any beef with him. According to Pete Nasty, a few Mexican Mafia members that were made in the 60s, 70s, and 80s and 90s had sex charges. My question is this: were these sex charges that were widely known? That's the question. Were they widely known? And if they were widely known, then you're correct. Props on your channel, Alex. You're doing the damn thing. Lake Show 247. Thanks for the kind words. Appreciate that. Keith Kloss, what you doing way out in Istanbul? Istanbul, is that Turkey? Where's Istanbul at? Hey, I'm gonna put the Hey, should I put the link down here for people to jump in this live with me? Let me see if I can do that. I am going to put the link in the comments, and if you want to jump in, you could jump in. I give everyone at least five minutes. Let me see if let me get the link right here. Okay, we're not talking about Crips and Bloods. Mundo said Joe Morgan was a snitch and still a made man. Wow, did he drop that on his channel? I haven't heard that one. I have not heard that one. I have not heard that one. Low key ass character says, I heard you got a boxing match coming up. That's news to me. I got a boxing match? Who's putting on this fight? Who's putting on this fight? That's interesting. If you're gonna come into the chat, you have to be on camera. I'm not doing no pictures, no graphics. You got to show your face to come in this chat. So keep that in mind. Aren't they supposed to update those pictures? You would think that the Megan's Law, I'm assuming you're talking about the Megan's Law database. And let's take a look at it right now. Let's take a look at that Megan's Law database again, because that's a young Rene right there, boy. That's the young, strong, ferocious Rene right there. Huh. That's the young, strong, ferocious Rene. No, I don't know. I don't know why they didn't update the photo. Would you ask him about the sodomy charge in the interview? Absolutely. I would ask him about that case. I've already heard him speak about this case before, so I don't think he would be reluctant to talk about it. He's already spoke about it in court. Do I agree with Boxer's release? Well, I do agree with it from the standpoint that he's been cooperating, and it makes no sense to make a guy cooperate, to give him to make him provide all this information all this time and then not release him doesn't make any sense. The reward for cooperating has to be a reduced sentence and a release at some point. So, from that perspective, yeah, we all knew a release was coming because of the cooperation. Now, do I think someone convicted of double murder should be able to negotiate a release? Now, that's another question. I don't think that most double murders don't get the benefit of the doubt to be released. But he was able to negotiate that because he had valuable information. But we all knew from a practical standpoint that since he was cooperating with law enforcement, he was going to gain his release at some point. And it happened July 2022. So he's a free man. Did you help him get out? I absolutely had nothing to do with Rene Boxer Enriquez's release. Not at all. Thank you for the kind words. Gang detail. Rene has helped the police so much he might even be able to carry a weapon. Maybe. Killroy, a real one. I wouldn't say Killroy was my friend because we didn't really communicate on a regular basis, but I did get an opportunity to meet him, to talk to him, to hang out with him, and he was a funny guy. Definitely a funny guy. I met him when he was 70 years old, I think. 70. I have to check. If I got to know him a little bit more, I would have been able to call him a friend. But, he was already 70 years old when I met him. Yeah, hey, let's play a little bit of the Killroy interview. Let's play a little bit of that Killroy interview. Let me cue up some of that Killroy interview. While we do that, I'll take a couple more questions. We're going to cue up the Killroy interview. Your interview with Bandit was great as well. I appreciate that. I appreciate that interview. That interview was, that was all Bandit from Lowell. But before we cue up the Killroy interview, we're gonna holler with Big J. What's going on, Big J?
Yeah, blessings, Alex. Thank you for having me on the show. I know you know Paul Stewart. He's a friend of mine. He was meant to reach out to you, but I know he's probably pretty busy.
Wait. Can you start again? I had you on mute. My bad. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. I'm Big J. I run a channel called Big J's Escape to the Dominican Republic. I was around with with the whole Mikko situation that's going on now. We do share a mutual friend, Paul Stewart.
Oh yes, Paul
Yes,
Stewart.
yeah. He was meant to reach out to you, but I know Paul's a very busy man at the moment. So when you did drop the link, I just came in to have a conversation with you, basically. So I
Oh, okay.
have put out a trailer on my YouTube channel. I've made a documentary about what's going on because there's a lot of stories out there about Mikko, but all these people that are talking wasn't there. They wasn't part of the travel community at that time. They wasn't part of the Black YouTube community at the time. So everybody's got these condescending stories, but they was not there.
So you was in the Dominican Republic in 2018 and 2019 when
Yes,
Mikko was there.
yes. I also was in La Vega when he got robbed.
Okay, and he
Because
was
I bumped
robbed. Was
into
he
him.
robbed by a dude named Gucci Man?
Yes, he was. I met Gucci Man. It's all in my documentary. I actually met Gucci Man and I met Mikko.
Okay, let me ask you this: are there any allegations that Mikko did anything sexual with minors in the Dominican Republic, or are all those rumors?
Right. There was rumors going around about his homosexuality. There was rumors going around about that. After when him and Maya, which I know very well, went at it, the allegations started coming out. And I'm not saying that Maya started these allegations. What I'm saying, it was floating around the travel community. Dominicans were talking about it as well as expats were talking about it, that Mikko was messing with minors and had a taste for young boys.
Okay, so this all came out in the communities in the Dominican Republic before it hit the internet.
Way before, way before. What's going on in the internet now is nothing new. This has been going on for years. We all knew about it, and we've been trying to cancel Mikko before China Mac got hold of it. Yourself and It's Milk, we've been trying to cancel Mikko.
Okay, well, I have some issues with Mikko, but in no way am I trying to cancel the guy. I remember that he denied ever having any homosexual relations, and looking over this case that he had from 2018, there's no way to deny it. That is the epitome
Exactly.
of homosexual relations. So once he starts denying and lying, then I don't know what to believe from the guy.
Exactly. There's even a YouTuber called Gendia Crosta, and everybody knows in Sasua that he's, I mean, what we call in London, rent boy. You know, we all knew what he was doing, and he was running around with Mikko. 1 minute he was defending Mikko, now he's not defending Mikko, and now he's saying that Mikko's a manipulator. Mikko tried it on with him. There's YouTubers that have come out, people that have come out saying that Mikko has tried them.
Okay, but you guys don't really know for sure, for a fact. No one's coming forward that's underage in the Dominican Republic, right?
No one's coming forward. I'll be honest. No one has come forward. I think here's the problem, Alex. I've been following what's going on. People keep on talking about paperwork, and law. My common sense tells me if it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it's a duck. This guy has a history. I don't think people are just going to make up this malicious rumor. Something happened in the Dominican Republic. I don't know whether who got paid under the table or they swept it under the table. I don't know. But rumors were spreading fast from the Dominican community to the expat community that he had a taste for young boys. Now, has he been caught? Has he been caught doing it per se, as in the Dominican Republic, i.e., going to court or getting arrested for it? Not that I've heard of, and no.
Let me ask you, what's the law in the age of legal consent in the Dominican Republic when it comes to sex?
What I heard, this is what I heard. I mean, anybody can quote me in the chat. I don't know. From what I heard, it's 18. That's
Okay.
what I heard. I mean, I don't know if that's true, but apparently it's 18.
Okay, so briefly tell me what your documentary is about before we move on to the next person.
Right, my documentary is about the whole history of Mikko. There's some stuff. I mean, I like to do research, so there's some stuff in there. I don't want to give a spoiler at the end. The documentary is an hour long. There is some stuff in there that is going to blow the whole lid of this whole thing
So
that people have not researched.
so are we're gonna learn new things about this guy
Yeah,
Mikko?
I'm happy that you answered. I'm happy that you asked that question. There's going to be some new stuff in there. Like I said, it's going to blow the lid off. And I'm going to keep it 100 with you, Alex. I respect what you do. Salute to you. It's going to be at the end. The end is just going to just put the nail in the coffin for everybody.
Okay, and when do you plan on revealing this film and showing this film?
Right, the trailer's out right now on my channel, and it's going to be out tomorrow. America, I don't know what it's going to be out tomorrow. Well, because I'm in London, so it's going to be 7 o'clock London time. I'm releasing it, and 3 o'clock New York time, because I know we're 5 hours forward of New York, so it's going to be 3 p.m. New York time. So I know you're on the West Coast, right?
Yes.
So I don't know what time that is, because I know you guys have got funny times over there. So yeah.
So okay, so you dropping this film tomorrow, basically.
Tomorrow the documentary comes out. The trailer's out right now. If you go to Big J's Escape to Dominican Republic, the trailer is actually out, and tomorrow it drops.
Can I play the trailer right now?
Of course you can, sir.
Okay, let me find it real quick. You said Big J's?
Big J's Escape to the Dominican Republic.
Okay, I found it. It came right up here. All right, let me
so click on the trailer. Yeah.
All right, let me go into the channel here. Big J's Escape. All right, here we go. And the trailer is
Catch Me If You Can.
Catch Me If You Can trailer is this the one that you uploaded 13 hours ago?
Yes, I believe so. There's two. There's one that's premiering, which is going to be the actual documentary, and there's a trailer. They got the same icon, but one actually says trailer in red.
Correct. I got it here.
Yeah, that's the one.
Let me see how long is the trailer?
About 2 minutes tops. Okay. I mean, you'll have to play all of it, but yeah, you know.
Okay, let me see here real quick if I could all right. Oh, you're using some new content too. Some very new content. All right. I'm going to we'll play it real quick before I let you go, and let all the people in the room tap in with you. And I hope that you have I guess I would say credible people in your film. And
no, I'm not a filmmaker, Alex. I said I'm just a YouTuber. And like I said, I met Mikko. I was around that whole before it even got onto YouTube, and you know, you guys with the big platforms got hold of it. We were trying to cancel this guy. We've been trying to cancel this guy for years. And I even said that there was a lot of tough guys talking about, oh, if Mikko comes back in the Dominican Republic, but I said Mikko is going to walk back into the Dominican Republic and he's going to vlog like nothing never happened. That's why it's called Catch Me If You Can.
All right, I got it right here. About to play it.
Okay, sir.
We're about to play this trailer real quick. It's 2 minutes and 14 seconds. So here we go.
Hey, that pussy ass nigga ain't pulling up, nigga. Let go, nigga. What's up, nigga? Pussy ass nigga, we ready, nigga. Let's go, nigga. Pussy ass nigga. Fuck all y'all niggas, man. I'll kill all y'all niggas, bro. Let's go. What's up, man? Fuck y'all bitch ass niggas, man. We outside right now, nigga.
The greatest trick the devil ever played was convincing the world that he didn't exist. Michael Wolfgang Nichols, also known as Mikko worldwide, caused outrage to the hip-hop community lately, hiding his sordid, horrendous past. It's Milk TV, StreetTV, and China Mac, with their big platforms, aired out Mikko worldwide's past and criminal convictions of molestation and sodomy against minors. Now the internet is full of Mikko stories, and people are putting the information out and trying to cancel this monster. What you didn't know was the travel YouTube community have been trying to cancel Mikko worldwide for over 2 years. This is the real truth and manipulation of Mikko worldwide.
All right, there you go, people. So that's a part of your documentary, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now let me just say I got a couple of issues with it. Before I let you go, I got a couple
Right.
of issues.
That's fine.
You said his sordid, horrendous past.
Yes, that's correct.
I don't really think that the evidence supports that he has a sordid and horrendous past,
Right.
unless you show some new stuff. And then you also mentioned in that trailer criminal conviction for sodomy against a minor.
Yes, that's correct. Yeah.
And technically, the sodomy part was dropped, so there was no conviction on the sodomy.
Right.
And
he's also got that sealed case as well, so we don't know what's in there.
I know, but you have to be careful. You could actually get hit with a lawsuit,
right?
If you're saying things that can't be substantiated.
Right. And
in Georgia, a 16-year-old can consent to sex. So
right.
I'm just throwing that out with at you.
Right.
But I'm definitely going to check out your film.
Right. I appreciate that. I can't hear you, Alex. I think his sound's gone.
I'm sorry, I was on mute.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, you got to repeat that again. Sorry.
I was just saying, he does not have a criminal conviction for sodomy, so you got to be careful with that. So he might come after you if.
Oh, I'm prepared for that. I know I'm prepared for my channel to go. But you know what? I don't like these monsters, and they need to get rid of. Everybody keeps about paperwork. But you know what? There's no smoke without fire. Okay, where I'm from, there's no smoke without fire.
Well, thank you for tapping in, Big J. I'm about to.
Thank you.
I'm gonna get back to some of these questions, but appreciate.
I appreciate you. Appreciate you. Blessings.
All right, there he goes. That was Big J, and he's got a documentary about Mikko worldwide coming out. But he should be careful. Hey, what's up, LA Times? Vlad. Oh, yeah. Vlad offered. I wonder why Killroy ended up not doing that interview. I remember he called me. I thought at the time that I spoke to Killroy, the offer was $1,000. But I guess he said no, and the offer went up. And, I told him, if you want to do it, do it. I didn't say do it or don't do it, but didn't ever talk to him about it again. I just know he didn't do it for whatever reason. But wow, if he turned down $5,000, see that actually is if that's true, that lets me know that I must have held a special place in Killroy's heart, because I didn't have to pay anything to get an interview with Killroy. And if he turned down $5,000 to do an interview with Vlad, but he's willing to do an interview with me for free, that should tell y'all something. When am I coming to Dago? Hey, I'm coming to Dago whenever you guys invite me down, Does Boxer have any kids? Yes, he does. I don't know. I forget how many kids he has, but yes, he does. And if you're going to come in the room, you got to have your camera on. I'm not putting people on the room that's hiding behind a graphic or an icon. You got to show yourself. You got to be in a lit room. I'm not showing. You're not going to hide on here. You just got to show yourself. Ishmo, thanks for the kind words. Alex Alonso's breaking barriers, king of content. Thank you very much. Didn't they say the order can still be overturned by Newsom? I mean, at the end of the day, the governor can shut everything down. But I believe from the way I read it, I think I have the article here by KNBC. From the way this article was written by KNBC, it looks like the governor has all intentions of signing off on the release of Boxer. And the reason why is because there was a lawsuit, and the lawsuit says Governor Newsom cannot deny Boxer's release by claiming that he's still a danger to society unless they can prove that he's a danger to society. So if you go to the NBC website, maybe I'll share a screen on this. I'll pull this up in a minute. Let me get through some more questions here. I know there's a lot of questions here in the chat. But yeah, at the end of the day, the governor can shut the whole thing down. But it doesn't appear that that's what's going to happen here. It does not appear that that's what's going to happen. It looks like Governor Newsom is going to grant his release from prison. All right. Okay. Let me answer one more question here, and then we got someone here that's tapping in on the live. I'm gonna let him in a second. But let me get through a couple more of these questions. Rene survived 20 years as a dropout. Yes, he did. We got the Salinas report in the house. What's going on? I did not even know that this happened. I don't really keep up with what this dude Charleston White talks about. I don't click on anything Charleston White has to say. He is one of the most irrelevant, famous guys on the internet. Let me say that again. Charleston White is one of the most irrelevant, famous internet guys. But if he said, fuck Mexicans, we ain't rocking with them, there is no black-brown unity, that guy's got problems. All right, we're going to tap in here with, what's up, blessed boy?
What's up, bro? You hear me?
I can hear you good. What's on your mind?
Nah. Hey, it's nothing on my mind, but it's like everybody talking about Mikko this, Mikko that, but there's no proof about Mikko. There's no proof. Where's the proof at?
I mean, well, there's proof that he had sex with a 17-year-old. That's proof.
No. Okay. I understand that, but it's like everybody saying he's a tromo. Y'all is trying to get the nigga killed.
Well, let me ask you this: How
y'all
old?
Trying to get him killed. Y'all trying to get him killed.
No. I mean, just because. Okay, how old does someone?
Because I don't fuck with tromos. You feel me?
All right.
So it's like you feel me? I don't fuck with tromos.
Let me ask you a question, blessed boy.
Yeah, bro.
How young does someone have to be, in your opinion, to be considered a chomo? If you have sexual contact with a person, how young? What's the cutoff age to where you'll call them a chomo?
See, that's hard because I don't know. You heard? Yeah. So well, it's hard. It's hard to say. You feel me? It is hard to say because they say 17 Georgia, 16, whatever the fuck. But you feel me? Like if it's 17, it's 17. But like how y'all say, other states is not 17. But I'm gonna say is where if it's 17, it's 17 there. Other states is not. You feel where I'm coming from? So yes. It's like.
So you're making my point. So in California, legal consent. California, the consent for sex is 18. So he would definitely be a chomo using California's law.
No. Facts. There is, just like you said, it's 18 in California though. Yes. That's California.
So if I'm talking to FG on my podcast, Streets and Scholars, and we're talking about what do we consider a chomo, he would definitely believe, and I think most people that come from prison would believe, if you're 27 years old and you're having sexual contact with a 17-year-old, regardless of state law, that would consider you a chomo to most people from a prison political perspective. Have you ever been to prison?
Yeah, I did 2 years, man. The 2 years, yeah.
Which state?
North Carolina.
North Carolina, okay. Is there a lot of politics in North Carolina prison?
Hell yeah.
Okay, so wouldn't let me ask you this. Wouldn't a guy that had sex, would a 27-year-old guy that had sex with a 17-year-old teen, be considered a chomo in that prison.
I ain't gonna lie, you right. Yep, yeah, yeah.
And most of the
You're
people,
right. You're right. It would be like that, you know. It would be to where is like I'm gonna put it like this, to where how you say it? To where Chomo, yeah, is to where how you said it, but is the state of Georgia says what 16?
correct.
16, but that's Georgia, you heard? We're not talking about North Carolina, but you're right though. You hey, you're right to where it is Chomo, bro. It is, but if it's Georgia State to where it's not to where it is, then that's what it is. You feel me?
That's what
We
it
can't
is.
say look. We can't say we can't say Cali or we can't say North Carolina because Georgia deals with the 16 line of chomos to where they say, oh, 16, you know, we good, or 17, we good. Out here, North Carolina, I'm from New York, man. I'm from the Bronx, and they don't tolerate that shit. You seen to where China Mac said whatever the fuck, you feel me? But Georgia committed to where it said it's what 16 or some shit like that.
It is 16, and I think we all understand that, but that doesn't mean that someone can't have a position that still in their mind believes it's chomo activity. Just because Georgia said it's okay doesn't mean that someone's going to start thinking differently. I could tell you that there's so many dudes that have been to prison. They don't care about what the government of.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact. Because prison, but we're not in prison though. We're not in prison.
A lot of these guys been to prison. China Mac, he been to prison.
Facts, me too. But
FG, who's my partner on Streets and Scholars, did 10 years in the feds. You know,
hey, Lonzo. But we're not in prison though. That's prison.
But we're dealing with a culture that is in tune with prison. This guy is going to hoods. He's talking to gang members.
Yeah.
Some of these guys been to prison. Some of them are going to go to prison. So you cannot negate that part of the culture. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
I don't want anything. I don't think anything's going to happen to Mikko. He can still do his vlogs. He just got to be careful where he goes.
Yeah, facts. But I understand where you're coming from. Yeah, it's a fact. Because it's prison. Prison, hey, prison, they'll smoke your ass, you heard?
Yeah.
They'll smoke you, and then it's like, but I get where you coming from, but this is not prison. You know?
Hey, what part of the Bronx are you from?
Huh?
What part of the Bronx are you from?
I'm from 170 Walton Avenue, man. Walton.
Oh, you right near the concourse?
Right near the concourse, bro. You're the 4 line. You're the 4 line.
Okay, you're closer to the 4, not the D.
Nigga, the D is right there in the concourse. What are you talking about? The D, the D, the B.
You're between the 4 line and the D train.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. Yes, yeah, I know that area a little bit. You know where Roosevelt Gardens is at?
Come on, man. I'm a Bronx nigga. Harlem.
I used to live in Roosevelt Gardens.
Roosevelt? Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Word. Yeah. But yeah, I understand where you coming from, man. It just, I don't know. Hey, to be honest, I don't know, bro. It just, I am confused because there was niggas fucking with the nigga, and then there's niggas not fucking with him. So I don't know what the fuck going on. You feel me? It's like it's like 50-50. It's like I have my mind going here and I got my mind going there. I don't know what the fuck is going on. You feel me?
Hey, people just have to make a decision if they want to do videos with him or not. So
I never heard of the nigga until niggas is putting him up on the spotlight. You feel me? I never heard of the nigga.
Well,
never heard of the nigga, but now I know. You feel me?
All right, man. I appreciate you, blessed boy. I got to answer some of these questions, but thanks
for tapping me, bro.
In.
You already know. Holla at me, bro. Holla at me. You already know.
Right. There he goes. That is blessed boy. All right. Let me get through some of these questions, and then I'm gonna wrap this live up in about 11 minutes. The dude is the police, bro. He locked me up before. Oh, that's Blessed Boy right there. You barely found out about Snoopy Blue. Yeah, he got killed last week right here in Los Angeles. I posted a video I shot with him like 14 years ago, 2008. Oh, but I was gonna pull up Killroy real quick. Let me see if I could pull up a quick little Killroy video. Here we go. Let's pull this up.
Turning our moments into fracture glass prints is.
Check this out, y'all. Check this out. Let me share this screen. I can't believe that Killroy turned down that much money, but I knew that Vlad was trying to interview him. I knew he was trying to interview him. So this is my Killroy interview right here.
Killroy, I grew up in East LA, Boyle Heights, and in a neighborhood named called White Fence. It's a barrio, but it's a neighborhood, you know. And I became a member of the White Fence gang. Little did I know at that time that I'd spend the next 40 years living a very violent life. I'm not here to impress you with my past. I'm here to tell you there's a different way. My uncles, my role models used to tell me, go outside and play. Little boys should be seen and not heard. So I used to go outside and play, and I go to the backyard, and I used to beat them for their weed and start drinking their beer. So that's how I started getting high. And
there we go. That's my Killroy interview.
Before I knew it, I was in the mix, you know, in the neighborhood.
Go tap in with that one. It's at a million views. And I posted that interview in 2014, 8 years ago. 8 years ago. So let me get to a few more questions here. The topic of the evening was boxer Rene Enriquez. Looks like he's going to be granted his freedom after about 32 years in prison by Governor Gavin Newsom. Do I have any merch? I have some books and some magazines that I sell. I got some Street Gangs t-shirts. They're on the website, StreetGangs.com. What you be sipping on, my boy, other than water? I've just been sipping on water. In fact, where is my glass of water? I do sip on some, I like rum. I like Bacardi. I like tequila. I like cognac. I like Kentucky bourbon. I sip on a little bit of everything. Do the Carlton dance one time. Oh man, that's funny. All funny. Do the Carlton dance. Also behind me is a library of books. I got about 4 bookshelves like this, and every book that you see behind me is about gangs. It's about the history of gangs. It's about sociological issues connected to gangs. It's about the culture. It's about the streets. It's about everything related to the streets. And I do get a little bothered by seeing people jump in this lane about gangs and the streets, but never really studying it and never really getting to understand it. You know, so when I see people that are just doing it because they're trying to get money off of their YouTube channel rather than really learn and tap in with the culture and go deep into it. It's a little frustrating. But, you know, I see that shirt you're wearing. Yeah, I'm wearing the Street Gangs shirt right here. Tap in at the website streetgangs.com and get you a Street Gang shirt that comes in charcoal gray and silver. Come back to Houston. Let's do it. Let's go back to Houston. Do you feel comfortable when you speak on MA business? Yeah, I feel pretty comfortable because I'm not disrespectful about it. Everything that I do speak on and say is out there for the public to consume anyways. I just sort of gather everything together and I sort of consolidate all the information for those who don't know. But no, there's nothing disrespectful. And I actually tap in and talk to MA members that are in prison that have cell phones. They actually call me, tap in with me. So I remember one time, well, we'll tell that another day. Eric Holder is taking Renee's bunk. I'm surprised I didn't get any Eric Holder questions. I'm glad that you guys kept on topic. Rene Boxer Enriquez set to be released from prison after 32 years. I mean, I'm open to other questions. I am surprised there were no Eric Holder questions up in here. Alex, do you think Boxer is going to do interviews? I believe he will do interviews. I believe he will. Do I think he's a threat to people? No, I don't believe he's a threat to people anymore. He's 60 years old. He's not connected to Artesia anymore. He doesn't have a circle of homies to back him. So no, he's going to live his life not connected to any street business. And trust me, the law enforcement is still going to have their eye on him. So no, I don't think he's going to be a threat to anybody. Like Tommy just said here, Boxer's going to get released and move on with his life. Yes, he is. What do you think is the most gentrified neighborhood in Los Angeles? I'm going to have to say Venice. Venice is probably the most gentrified community in the United States. Not just Los Angeles, the United States. It is probably the most expensive place to live that used to be ghetto. Okay? Venice is probably the most expensive place to live that used to be ghetto. I have no idea if Boxer has been released, if he's being processed to be released. I don't know, but we will all find out in the next day or so. Thanks for the kind words. This is coming from Alex. True professional who doesn't get out of character even when disrespected on these platforms. Nah. I don't think you guys have ever seen me go back and forth with anybody on the internet. Colombia said he was messing with a 10-year-old boy. He should be dealt with. No, I don't believe that the Colombia report is accurate. So that's to Tommy T 1025. I don't believe that Colombia report was accurate. They may have made a mistake on that presser. How is it going to be for Rene in the outside world? You think he'll be able to adjust? Hey, when anyone gets out of prison after 30 years, it is a difficult transition. So, but I am sure he is excited and happy to see his family in a free state for the first time in 30 years. So, I think he will adjust and adjust quickly. Where can you watch the documentary? The documentary is on this channel here. It's called Big J's Escape to the Dominican Republic. Let me share it with you guys real quick if you're interested in that documentary. But I would be a little concerned about the way that trailer came off, because he called him a person that was convicted, criminal conviction for sodomy of a minor. That actually is not true. He was convicted of an assault on that 17-year-old that was originally connected to the sodomy charge, but no. So that's the YouTube channel for Big J. Was that his name, Big J? Yeah, Big J. That's Big J's YouTube channel right there. And he's dropping a documentary tomorrow, and you can see it. You can see it right there on the premiere. So there's bigger fish out here creating hate and division amongst the people. Charleston White, what can we as YouTube community do to stop them? Hey, in the United States of America, you can't do anything to stop them. Free speech, freedom of speech. I don't particularly like anything the guy says. The best thing to do is just stop watching him, stop going to his channel. Don't give him a click. But people like the drama, so they're going to keep going, unfortunately. All right, people. I want to thank everyone for tapping in on this episode of Street TV. Oh, this is interesting. I'm sorry, I skipped through a whole bunch of comments because I'm about to wrap this up. But this is interesting. When promoting the Killroy movie, he wouldn't even interview the actor. That's kind of messed up. Wouldn't even interview the actor. Why not? Interview the actor also. We interviewed the actor. His name was Wilson Ramirez. And because he wouldn't interview Wilson from Ramirez, that's messed up. All right, people. Thanks for tapping in. I appreciate all the support, all the comments, all the super chats. I wish I could do another hour, but it's time to wrap it up. And thanks for tapping in on another episode of Street TV.